was doing my workout and I was thinking about like, why do I feel so cranky today? Why am I so irritated? Why am I not happy? Why am I responding to people in a more like sharp way? And while I was thinking about this, I realized like, why do I care? Why does this even matter to me? Because so much of my time, so much of my life, I have thought about like, how do I present myself? How do I talk to people? And it's always in such a curated way that it's so aggravating. And as I try to stop it so that I'm more likable, it becomes even more aggravating to me. And it's something that just doesn't come naturally to me. I have these emotions and I have a lot of them. And it feels really stupid pretend to be happy or pretend to be this like smiley person when I'm just not. In some situations, sometimes I'm like super happy, and then even with that, people are kind of like put off by it. Not like everyone, but I have been in situations socially. It's usually people that are close to you that end up being your biggest haters, but they're just like, whoa, why are you so happy? And it's just like, because I am. And then when I am like more sharp or like rude, then they're like, oh, why are you so rude? And when I was younger, it would be a lot of like, oh, fix your face, fix how you present yourself. And sure, yes, that matters. Always matters more how a woman presents herself. If you're not uplifting someone's mood, then like why are you here? Something's wrong if you can't smile. I've been thinking about this because once again, I was at the gym a few days ago getting those gains, and some old man approached me. I was on my phone on the pull down machine, and I saw him from the corner of my eye. He was like walking around, and I didn't know what the hell he was doing because there was like a bunch of machines near me. And then eventually he approached me and he was like, oh, how long are you gonna take? And he had like a weird smile on his face. It just pissed me off. And I was like, I have 2 more sets to do. And he was like, oh, well, you're just on your phone. Like, he did a stupid old man smile. Not that there's anything wrong with old man smiles, but it's just like, don't look at me like I'm an idiot. Like, if I want to sit here for 2 hours on my phone, I will be doing that. But like, that's besides the point. I was thinking like, why is it that when he approached me, I felt like kind of that I was in trouble, and it wasn't like I could just smile and be like, oh yeah, I'm sorry. Not sorry. Like, oh yeah, I got 2 more sets left. Like, I'll be quick. Like, I know that's the normal way or the more happy way for people to respond. I was just not feeling it. And then like, the more he talked like, oh, you're just on your phone. And I just kept being like, well, he only said it like twice. And I was like, I have 2 sets. I don't know what to tell you, brother. And then he said something else, and I just kind of looked away. Because people need to stop approaching me, first of all. But after that happened, and with that thought of like, why do I feel this like disgust talking to like random people when they're trying to tell me to like hurry up or be quiet, like if I'm in like a public space or something? Not that I'm doing anything wrong, you know, like I was looking for an audiobook, but it just felt like I was. And then why do I even care afterwards? Like, oh, maybe I should have been nicer to him. Because I wasn't feeling nice. I wasn't feeling, I don't know, joyful. I was just doing my thing. Don't approach me and ask me like that. Of like, oh, you're on your phone. Like, I know I'm on my phone. Yes. I'm trying to be intellectual while I get some gains. Like, leave me alone. It's always pointed out whenever, or I feel it internally too, like whenever I'm in an off mood, I can never, I think my neutral is more negative than what people think it is. And the more that I now stay in a tone I feel comfortable in, people are like, whoa. And at the same time, like, even when I have tried to be more joyful, like faked it, just for a connection, like it never feels real. It feels kind of like superficial. Meeting friends or something, it feels very superficial. So I don't really know how to balance that, and like which emotion of mine is myself, is who I am. And then when I think about like the contrast of men and women, like no man who's edgy, kind of pissy is like thinking about this stuff. They just exist. And I don't know why it's so hard for me to just exist without having these thoughts and thinking about like these social dynamics. And you wonder, like, maybe if I was this way, what people would like me more, and I would be able to have these like smaller connections, not just like good friendships. Not that I even want them, but I just feel like I should have them. I think so much is just, I get irritated so quickly, I get icked out so quickly, disgusted, because like the hypocrisy, I'm kind of going off, the hypocrisy in people, like the forgetfulness and how much people actually don't give a fuck when you do care and you are trying to build something and like show up for people. It's this thing that's like so frustrating for me, and I'm like, I don't know how to present myself in a way for people to like me. Like, everybody wants to be liked. I don't want to be hated. I don't know. I think in the pursuit of being liked, I've kind of like lost who I am. And as you're grown up, at least for me, people, or you see it, people tell you how to be liked. You kind of like see how to act to be liked. And sometimes I'm like, am I autistic? Because I feel like I'm pretending and I'm doing these social things, and then I just can't follow through. Like, I can't hold this excitement. So I don't know. I feel like I end all my videos with I don't know, because I don't know, and I wish I knew better. I think like after all these thoughts of why do things aggravate me, specific things aggravate me so much, why don't I smile casually when I see, like, if someone approaches me, why don't I try to be friendly about it? Because I think that is the more charismatic way to handle situations. But I don't care. What is normal? I wonder if guys also feel that way, that they have to, that not that they feel this way, like they think about these things of like, how should I act? But besides that, I think my personality is slowly like becoming more negative. Like, the more I learn about this world and the more, you're able to make complex connections as an adult of like, damn, everything is so screwed. Everything is so dark. And like, I'm genuinely trying not to perceive things as dark anymore, because it's getting very, very depressing. Even today, like, I saw what it seemed like to me, like maybe 11, 12-year-old at the gym, and he was like doing those like chest, I forget the name, like the machine where you hold the side and then you like bring it in. I think it's for your chest. And he was like pushing himself super hard, and I was like, damn, he looks so young. Like, I don't even know if this is good for him to be doing this. And I kind of like looked around if anyone was near him, because I didn't want to approach him. And then I thought, like, why is it socially weird to approach someone and be like, hey, how old are you? I don't think you should be doing this. Because I know how he feels as a kid, but it's like 10 times as worse for him than it ever was for me. And it was pretty bad for me as a girl, wanting to look a certain way when I was younger, especially like wanting to fit in and everything. So I just wonder, with like everything in the media, it must be so insane to be like 10-year-old boy with phone access now and like look at your body and not be able to understand, like, why don't I look like a freaking 28-year-old man, you know? Like, you're comparing yourself to someone insane. I don't know. And it stresses me out because I've been thinking about kids and I'm like, it's gonna continue to get worse. And obviously, like, the world is never gonna be perfect, but I just wonder, like, how am I gonna navigate that? Because I don't want my kid to feel so alone. But I think you just have to feel, sometimes you just have to feel alone and you have to figure it out. I try not to be one of those people that are like, I need to control everything and make my kid's life perfect, because that's never gonna happen. I'm trying to trust. I was able to figure out so much by myself. Like, if I'm there for my kid, I'm sure he will be able to, or she will be able to as well. But yeah, it was just like a weird feeling of like, oh, I should probably say something, and then I instead looked up like, when should you start heavy weightlifting, and it was like 14, 15, and I was like, you might be that age, so I'm just gonna go walk on the treadmill and not think about it. Because, like, what am I gonna do? I feel like people are always, maybe it's my own perception, they're kind of like hostile. I think he was there with his brother who was older, so it's just like, I don't know. I'm not brave enough, I guess. Not yet. I need to be in my like Karen era to think about doing that. But anyways, this is so chaotic. That's my recent thoughts. A lot of people have been wanting a video, so here we are. I've been kind of struggling to think of topics, but I think a lot. So whenever something sticks in my mind, I'm going to try to upload it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye!